Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 12th of January 2025. Marvelous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I am back and I am Quack. This time with another fragrance rotation video. How exciting for you and for me. Okay. This week, looking at my perfumes has been, I can tell you right now, it's been one of the coldest weeks in a long time. Temperatures well under minus in the UK, especially overnight. But that's not a problem because we have perfume to keep us warm. Or something. Don't know if you've ever tried to huddle around a perfume bottle when it's cold. Not really the best way. Stay warm. What's this doing here? Get back where you belong. Okay, let's start on Monday. On Monday, it hadn't snowed yet, I don't think. Might have done. On Monday, I wore this. Vintage Fahrenheit. Look at that bottle of Vintage Fahrenheit. Believe me, it's a bottle of Fahrenheit. You can barely make out the script, but there it is. This is, as you know, an oily, diesely little number. I might review this, you know. I'm not selling it. Don't worry, I'm not selling it. A lot of my reviews recently have been on the old sold perfumes, of which I have sold a lot. I'll be doing my State of the Collection video this week. So that will be something to look out for. This is, it's a floral, is it a chypre? It's like a leather chypre. You know, if we're being classic, but it's got, I mean, it's an outrageous shoot. I mean, the big violet leaf is like the big star of the show, along with the leather, and it gives off this kind of, the leather patchouli thing gives off like an oily leather kind of vibe. A big floral mid, you've got your violet leaf, you've got your carnation, jasmine. It's got something a little bit sweet too. It's fantastic. It's an awesome perfume. I love it. Top perfume made by Jean-Louis Suizac and Michel Almiron, I believe. Michel Almirac in 1988. What a revelation it was in 1988. Would have been a revelation in 1998 as well. Anyway. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday it really started to get bad. Weather-wise especially. So I put this on. Miraudant. I love this stuff so much. This is a massive myrrh, benzoine, tonka kind of perfume. Very resinous, a little bit creamy, very ambery. Absolutely amazing. I've used so much of this shit, so much. I love this so much. I lather myself in it, even though it's quite powerful anyway. I just love it. 2007. It was not an Annick Goutal. It was a Camille Goutal. She had Isabelle Doyen, the in-house perfumer, or was the in-house perfumer until they got rid of her and tried someone else, and the brand started to turn to shit. Yes, there's a lesson for us all. I get the beeswax, I get the myrrh, I get the myrrh, I get the myrrh, and I get the benzoine. A real amazing amber fragrance, you know? Absolutely amazing. I love wearing this. You could probably wear it. You probably couldn't wear it in the sun. Be interesting. Might pull it out in the height of, I always say this, but I never do. Might pull it out in the height of summer and try it just to be outrageous. We'll see. I love it though. What a fragrance that is. You can't go wrong. Don't make it anymore, because of course they don't. Okay, next up, friends, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to take a leap of faith and believe me when I tell you that I wore Ambre Nuit. Ambre Nuit, the bottle is away and I cannot access it at the minute. This is a pink pepper, rose, ambergris type fragrance. Absolutely beautiful, released in 2009 as an eau de cologne, and then the next year, this was like the beginning of Dior acting funny cunts. The next year, they repackaged it as an eau de parfum when they redid the whole line. And is it starting to sound familiar to you? They've been doing this for 15 years now. They've just been bringing stuff out, repackaging it, bringing it out again, repackaging it, making it more expensive. Essentially, what perfume houses seem to be doing now is spending more money on the bottles, less money on the perfumes, and putting the prices up. This is an indication of this. This is one of the older CD versions rather than the conjoined CD logo that came in 2018. So at least I've got like a good formula of it. The later formula, seriously, anything from 2018 onwards in that line is so quiet, vanishingly quiet. But this was never the biggest and strongest fragrance anyway. Outrageously, I get a kind of like tobacco, biscuit, sandalwood, grainy type of fragrance, you know, like that kind of note in it. Odd. There's something lurking in there which makes it not smooth. We shall investigate further. Okay. I continued the amber theme on Thursday. And on Thursday I wore Courage's Arm. I actually have this bottle. I had to decant it into here because the sprayer wasn't working. So there's the actual bottle. This is like it's woody, it's ambery, it's spicy, it's very strange. It's very strange fragrance, this. Aldehydes in the top, it's green. It's got a lot of patchouli, a lot of sandalwood, ambergris or ambergris like replacement. It's mossy. I love it. It's beautiful, but it's very odd. I think I might have to try and wear this in the spring as well. I thought it was a bit out of place during the deep cold that it has been recently. You know, this has got a little bit of perk to it, a little bit of life, some green shoots in there. So it might not be apt for this time of year, but not to worry. I still love it. It's very shiny though at the top. It's got that aldehyde spark. Friday, which is a fragrance which is absolutely suited this time of year, and it's another big myrrh fragrance. And this is, Jesus Christ, this is getting low. This is M7. This is the Oud Absolu version, my friends. The Oud Absolu, re-released in 2011 by Yves Saint Laurent in a different bottle again, you know. Put in a different collection. Again, big mandarin. Love the mandarin in this. Big patchouli. Love the patchouli in this. Big patchouli, big myrrh. Mandarin, patchouli, myrrh. This is actually a really good reformulation. I really like this. The smell is amazing. The performance is actually picked up. I used to go nose blind to this really, really quickly, right? But not anymore. I actually pick this up all day. Now just spray more on. It's Jacques Cavalier and Alberto Marias, released for YSL when Tom Ford was there in the early 2000s. This is the 7th male fragrance, which is why it's called M7, male 7. Okay, yesterday, if you will. Yesterday I wore another amber, by God. And this tie is one of my newest pickups, and I love this. This is Histoires de Parfums Ambre 114. This is a proper amber fragrance. This is in the mold of something like Ambre Sultan. It's got amber, it's got vanilla, it's got your benzoin, it's got your patchouli, it's got your sandalwood, it's got your tonka, it's got all the good stuff that you expect from good ambers, you know. It's also got a little bit of nutmeg in there to give it some kind of spicy kind of contrast in the same way that Ambre Sultan does, but with like different things. The performance is massive. It gets a little bit powdery on the outside in the same way that you know, like when something crystallizes, gets a little bit dry on the outside, and like the sugar crystals start to show on it and stuff like that. That's kind of what I get from this, that kind of texture, like a gooey, a nice kind of gooey center, but with crystalline on the outside. Lovely, 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 lovely. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Anyway, today, my friends, I am wearing something completely different. This is a leather. This is a leather sheepra. This is Antaeus pour homme. It's actually quite mild today compared to how it's been over the last week or so. You know, this is the typical Chanel heart of like jasmine rose, that floral heart, but mixed in with some, like, again, some myrrh. You know, there's some resins in there, some labdanum, but there's like big castoreum, oak moss, patchouli kind of slightly oily leather base. It's a lot more kind of refined than something like Fahrenheit, you know. It's a lot more presentable, but it's absolutely stunning. I love this. It is one of the great male fragrances, in my opinion. Certainly for fragrance fans, it's one of the great male fragrances. It doesn't get a look in these days. I was at a Chanel boutique and they said this, if they sell one bottle a month, they're lucky. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Which is an outrageous thing to think, because it's absolutely sensational. It is so far clear of anything that has been released this decade. It's painful, you know. Hopefully all these kids with mustaches and mullets and stuff like that will see if they can dig out the scents of their grandfathers and fathers, you know. Stuff like Antaeus. Things that will make you feel alive. Really good perfumes. Anyway, this has been my fragrance rotation for this week, friends. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm sure you have. I enjoyed wearing them, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.